I am significantly more shocked at Jose Berrios' continued struggles than I was Devontae Adams leaving for the Raiders.
Yes, two sad Packers fans talking about the Blue Jays today. I mean, I am and I'm not just because I've seen him pitch this bad. So until he proves me wrong, it's almost what I expect.
Yeah, I mean, I disagree, but I'll get into why in a bit. And we're gonna do he was a Blue Jay, and only the hottest team in the American League is coming to town pretty soon. In the Red Sox, we got our scaries from which there are a lot to pick, and hype trains coming up. It's Locked On Blue Jays, your Monday edition, and it starts right now.
You are Locked On Blue Jays, your daily Toronto Blue Jays podcast. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Welcome to Locked On Blue Jays. Thanks so much for making us your first listen on this Monday. You can catch us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Odyssey, Stitcher, YouTube, and we're growing there. Bones, do you have the sub count up?
We're at 83.
So that is an increase. We're always increasing, even if it's incremental.
We get about one a day.
Yeah. Well, that's, that means it'll only take us till we're like a gajillion years old, and then we'll have a big following. Also, we want to hear from you, not just about what we're going to do during All-Star break, to which we found out we can't be as much creative as we thought we were going to be, but also just want to hear general topic suggestions from you and how you guys feel about the podcast. So email us at Locked On Blue Jays Real, REAL, at gmail.com. Locked On Blue Jays.
You could be the first email. We don't have one singular email from anybody. You listening right now, Sherry from Ontario, you could be the first one.
They're calling Sherry out right now. But yeah, it could be you, Sherry. Come on, get it together. But so yeah, I'm delaying because I don't want to talk about this series. We'll get into our MVPs and storylines in a second. We did say, like, coming into the series, okay, they're gonna win game one probably because Alek Manoah is on the mound. They're gonna lose game two probably because Corbin Burns is on the mound, and it's all gonna come down to game three. Does your storyline relate to Jose Berrios? I'm assuming it will, but I'm not sure.
Yes, it does.
Yeah,
it kind of pertains to both Berrios and Kikuchi.
Kinda.
I honestly think they just need they have to rework it. Like they need to take a couple. I don't know if they need to take time off or maybe a start off and figure it out. We've talked about this before, where these are two guys you cannot replace. You cannot go out and just get another guy or trade these guys away. It's impossible. It's not going to happen. These two guys must, under every circumstance, they must figure it out. They have to. So I don't know necessarily what that's gonna take for Berrios and Kikuchi. Berrios especially, who's supposed to be, this is the opening day starter we're talking about. This is a guy who's supposed to go out there and be lights out. You have to go into the bullpen, go to the bullpen coach, figure this out.
Yeah. On Berrios' case, I totally agree. Like, they just can't give up on him. Like, and we've gone over it. They have over $100 million in 7 years locked up in him. Kikuchi, I still mostly agree with you, would be pretty tough to do anything. He's got $30-ish
So hard to
million
move him.
left on his contract in 2.5 years.
And who's going to want him?
And, well, yeah, that's the thing. You're not going to trade him for anything. Especially not now. Like, if you finish the year a little bit strong, you could trick it. Like, you would still come out losing, but you could trick a team into maybe trading you like a low-level prospect or something. But at least in the case of Kikuchi, my storyline is kind of like they might have whiffed, and it sucks because they're not the Dodgers or the Yankees or anything like we were saying. Like, they kind of have to live with it. So my storyline's basically yours. Like, they have to figure this out. The starting pitching completely undermined this series. Granted, I was feeling worse about Kikuchi until what Berrios did today. Like, what Kikuchi did is still not what Berrios did. 5
But
runs.
the expectations are so different with those two
Yeah,
players.
well, and that makes it even worse. Like, Kikuchi gave up 5 runs, and although he still pitched poorly, in fairness, only 2 of them were earned because of the error on Bo, which I thought Vladdy should have picked that ball. The Berrios game, like, you give up 8 runs in 2 2/3 innings, you just torpedo a whole game. They almost did win the Kikuchi game. Like, it's not like he absolutely lost it no matter what. The
I
Berrios thing
will
is
say though about
really concerning.
Kikuchi, he seemed like he had no confidence on the bump.
Oh, he's in the depths.
And I can't imagine that Charlie Montoyo post game going to the media and saying he has no words about the Kikuchi situation helps that confidence. Now, of course, he has justification to be frustrated. I mean, this is ridiculous at this point, but I don't know if that's going to help. In terms of Barrios, though, yeah, I mean, this is 2 starts in a row where you're giving up 6+ runs. I mean, you can't do that. You
And, like,
just
what, like,
can't. They don't have the bullpen
6th
for it.
the 6th start or something that he's given up that many runs? Like, how many times has he given up 6 runs
This
this year?
is the 5th time he's given up 6+ runs.
And what did he do
Or
on
4th
opening
time,
day?
sorry, 4th
What did
time.
he do on opening day?
5th
He gave
time
up
for 5+ runs.
Yeah,
Opening day was 4 runs.
but it was in a third of an inning, which is, like, even worse.
Yes.
So, yeah, like, he's absolutely they've even won some of those games, which is just remarkable, but, like,
They've won a lot of those games.
he's absolutely torpedoed, like you
They're
said,
10-4 with Berrios on the bump,
which is
which is kinda
outrageous.
nuts. Yeah, it's nuts.
Outrageous. It's a credit to the offense, which continues to be good. I really don't have any problem with them this series. It is what it is.
Here's
Um
10-5 today.
But
Sorry.
yeah, it's insane because they were going to win those games anyway, and more of them now. And like you said, the bullpen is paying the price for it,
Totally.
and they need the bullpen in other games, and they don't have it. So
Especially after yesterday's game, we're recording after the game on Sunday, Saturday's game, where Thornton and Castillo come out and actually give you a chance to win that game. They throw, what is it, 7 scoreless or 6 scoreless?
6, maybe, yeah, something
It
like
was
that.
ridiculous. They came out there and were lights out. And the Brewers don't have the strongest lineup in all the land, but still, they were fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, they showed today they can hit it if you put it over the plate.
Rowdy Tellez was incredible.
That's my guy. That's our guy. He was my scary, so that's cool. Who's your MVP?
My MVP, I'm going to go to Lourdes here. Kind of partly because he was my hype train, so I'm kind of proud of that. But
Yeah.
I'm just proud of the growth that he's been going through. Raises his OPS from 734 to 757 through those 2 games. Drops down again today. But through the first 2 games, he went over 3 today. So the cat's out of the bag there. But through the first 2 games of the series, he had 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 doubles, a couple RBIs. He was pretty darn good, and he's kind of turning into that bat that you can count on when he gets to the plate once again. The power numbers aren't there, which is his one big drawback right now. Is his slugging's around 400, so that is bad. But once he gets that back, and I think he will because he's starting to hit the ball again, I think he's going to be a really, really solid part of the lineup, and one of the only guys aside from Kirk that you can kind of look to right now as a constant source of hitting. So I like Lourdes.
And I like that you took Lourdes because it left me the obvious choice of Alejandro Kirk, who basically should have helped the Jays get an easy win today when he homered in the first inning, and today being Sunday again. In the series, 6 hits led the team, 2 homers led the team, 5 RBIs led the team, 12 total bases led the team. Biggio had 3 walks, so his 2 walks didn't lead the team. But Biggio should be in his own category of walks because he understands the strike zone at a level others don't. Kirk's the all-star starting catcher. And
Has to be.
and I like Jose Trevino, even though he's a Yankee. I genuinely like him, and he was a Ranger. This is a real moment of personal growth for me. But Alejandro Kirk's the all-star starting catcher. Stinks to lose another series. The Brewers are all right, and like if you look at the last 2 series, it in a way doesn't stink as much as losing the White Sox series. But when you win Game 1 and lose the series, it always stinks.
Yeah, Totally. And the Brewers are in a not so competitive division where 3 of the teams have no chance at the playoffs. So they can kind of get away with not being incredible and still have a chance at the playoffs. But they're still a solid team. They still have good pitching. Corbin Burns is still going to go out there every fifth day and just mow guys down. But it still stinks because if you're the Toronto Blue Jays right now, the window that you're currently looking at is you've got your young guys that are entering their primes. You've got your Vladdies, your Bows, your Lourdes's. He's not that young, but your Cavins too. Everyone's getting really, really good. Your veterans are getting probably close to exiting their primes. I'd say Springer's still in his, but I don't know how many years in it he's got left. And you have a pitching staff coming into the year where you had 3 potential aces. You want to win right now. And to win right now, you have to go out there and beat the good teams too. You can't just beat the bad teams. And they did a really good job of that early in the season. They had a tough schedule. We talked about that a lot. And they went out there and they beat teams that I don't think a lot of people thought they were going to beat. That 4-game sweep in Anaheim was huge because Anaheim at the time was a good team. But right now, losing a series like this to the Brewers is detrimental. You're slipping in terms of your AL East footing. With the Red Sox having overtaken the Jays now and a series as big as that one coming up, you got to take care of the Red Sox. You just have to. It's kind of do or die.
Yeah, I mean, thank the excuse me. Oh my goodness. Choking on water while you were talking. Thank the Lord that they beat the Astros early twice and beat the Red Sox early twice. Red Sox are a different animal right now.
Yeah.
Just playing super well. You need to talk for 5 seconds so I don't die, and then we're going to talk about Athletic Greens.
Okay. Yeah, underrated. I was just thinking about this when you were talking about the Stros series. Bradley Zimmer hit a home run off Justin Verlander in that game.
Yeah, I'll never.
That was crazy.
I'll never. Thank you for making that the filler. And you know what I've used as a filler in my water all the time? AG1 from Athletic Greens. Bones. I have a very personal story about Athletic Greens that I could tell you, but instead, why don't I just tell you that one delicious scoop of AG1 helps you absorb 75 high-quality vitamins, minerals, whole food source superfoods, probiotics, and adaptogens to help you start your day right. This special blend of ingredients supports your gut health. You want to have a healthy gut, like Alejandro Kirk. Your nervous system, your immune system, your energy, recovery, focus, and aging. It costs you less than $3 a day. You're investing in your health, and it's cheaper than a cold brew habit. It's trusted by leading health experts such as Tim Ferriss and Michael, I'm not related to Ricky Gervais. And in 2020, they were pretty good guys. AG donated over 1.2 million meals to kids. So it's the time to reclaim your health right now and arm your immune system with convenient daily nutrition. It's just one scoop in a cup of water every day. That's it. No need for a million different pills and supplements to look out for your health. To make it easy, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/MLB Network. Again, that is athleticgreens.com/MLB Network to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance. And while you're doing that, pick something up for your special someone. Maybe you want some wedding jewelry. Maybe you want some fine jewelry. Maybe you're trying to pop the question or you're celebrating a milestone moment, and that's why you're going to head to Blue Nile. Blue Nile has the simple online tools that let you choose the diamond shape, size, and clarity, as well as the setting style. Blue Nile's bench jewelers will then handcraft her or his perfect engagement ring. Each ring is one of a kind. Make your moment sparkle with jewelry from BlueNile.com, and Locked On Sports listeners get $50 off purchases of $500 or more. This podcast exclusive includes engagement. Use code Locked On. That's code Locked On Plus. Every order is insured, ships free, and arrives in discreet packaging that won't give away what's inside. Shop stress-free and find your forever piece. Go to BlueNile.com today. It's time for He Was a Blue Jay. And by the way, because I meant to say it earlier, this episode brought to you by BetOnline. BetOnline has you covered with more props, odds, and lines than ever before. BetOnline, where the game starts. Where He Was a Blue Jay starts is with Mr. Bones who right now has a 21-6 record, coming off a bit of a loss. We took a lot of time last time, so I'm not even going to ask you. You're just going to be ready.
I'm ready.
And we're going to go. He was a Blue Jay, niche Blue Jay. I give 5 hints, 30 seconds or 3 guesses in between. I give him a little extra leeway for guesses at the end, but not that much. And we'll start with hint number 1. This dude started his career with a Canadian team in 2004.
Okay. Levon Hernandez.
No.
Wow. Imagine that.
Never got it on 1. Got it on 2, 3 times. Never got it on 1.
Okay, I'm trying to think of other expos from 2004. It's like a weird year.
Just said Canadian team.
Yep. Oh well, you're right. I was thinking of the Edmonton Wolfhounds.
Well, there is that one for the YouTube people. Blue Jays.
Yeah, well, obviously it's not that one, Benner. You just said that. Or maybe you're trying to throw me off, you clown.
Maybe I think I'm a trickster.
Wilson Betemeat.
No.
All right, go ahead.
He made the ALCS twice in the 2000s.
Oh, was it Blue Jay? Maybe it wasn't. No, it probably wasn't. ALCS twice in the 2000s. All right, so where did he get traded to, or where did he get signed? Twice. Could have been a Yankee. Could have been a Tiger. This doesn't help. I'll move on.
He had a Gold Glove and All-Star brother that also played around the same time that he did.
Gold Glove and All-Star brother?
I could have used the brother too. This won't be a hint to you. I honestly didn't. I was even more shocked when I found out this guy's brother was a Blue Jay.
All-Star and Gold Glove brother. All I can think of is Kyle and Corey Seager. Cannot possibly be the answer.
No. Corey Seager
Miguel Olivo?
No.
That was a wild guess. Doesn't make any
sense. That was a wild
guess. Dang it. Gabby Sanchez.
No.
Jose Tabata.
No.
Too young.
We're kind of rolling here. So while you're thinking
I'm worried about the timing now. You've got me worried about the timing.
Don't worry about the timing. We're way ahead of schedule now. This middle infielder played for the Blue Jays in 2013 and 14.
13 and 14.
And while you're thinking, he started his career with the Canadian team in 2004. So yes, you can know now that was the Expos. I was just reverse psychologying you. He twice made the ALCS in the 2000s. He had a Gold Glove and All-Star brother that played around the same time he did. And he's a middle infielder who played for the Blue Jays in 2013-14. You could describe him as a utility infielder too. He did play some third.
What's that guy? Betancourt.
It's not Betancourt.
Is it? Okay.
There's 2 Betancourts, which is.
I was thinking of not Raphael, the other one.
I'll find it while you're thinking.
I can't remember his name. Maybe Nile Betancourt.
I'm looking. I don't think the Betancourts were related.
No, I don't think they were either, but there were just 2 guys with the name Betancourt.
Unieski Betancourt.
Unieski, that was him. Great name. Great name,
Unieski Betancourt was not a Blue Jay.
Brutal for him. Ryan Terrio?
No.
Mike Fontenot?
No.
I don't know.
All right, hint 5, which I do think will help you a bit. He was involved in a trade with the last guy that he was a Blue Jay was on.
Oh my gosh. That means he's an angel. I mean, it has to be.
I'm going to give you. I think I'm still going to give you your customary 3 guesses while you get extra time. Because I don't want you to fire off names.
Angel. Who was in a Blue Jay? And he has a brother. Is it Myceres Turris?
Bingo. Good job.
Woohoo! I got it.
I like when you get him in 5 hints. I don't like when you get him in 2 hints. So I'm into that. Yeah, Cesar is Turris, was a Gold Glover and an All-Star. Meiser is Turris. They were both Blue Jays, actually, to be fair. So give me the catchphrase for a sec.
He was a Blue Jay?
Yeah, Mighty Mouse. Meiser is Turris. came up with the Expos in 04, then was traded with Juan Rivera to the Angels in 05. Then was an Angel until 2012. He actually, for a while, was the longest tenured Angel when Juan Rivera left and became a Blue Jay. And then Meister was like, that sounds cool. And he played on the 2013 Blue Jays, which I really don't remember very much because the 2013 Blue Jays was actually like a big year. Everyone thought they were going to be good, not to this level. But that was when they made a big trade for Jose Reyes, Mark Burley, Josh Johnson, Emilio Bonifacio, and someone else on the Marlins. And it didn't work out at all. But they only traded like Jake Marisnik and other people that didn't matter back, so it was okay. But yeah, that's year he was a Blue Jay. Meister is Torres. Season 2 is complete, and you finished 500 in it at least. So you needed that to finish 500 in season 2.
It was John Buck.
It was John Buck. Wow, this reason.
Sorry, I had to know.
John Buck
Yeah, but that's
still have it
what?
in my room. John Buck
Oh, so that was the last season 2?
That was the last season 2. He was a Blue Jay.
All right, I went 500 season 2. I'm okay with that. It was a tough season. It was not an easy season.
I'm happy though. I think I did my job correctly because after season 1, you were like way up on 500.
Yeah, you
like,
did. You know, you adapted, and you deserve credit for that. I'm proud of you, Ben.
So thank you. Not to talk my own game up, but I'm happy with how season 2 went. Season 3 still rolling. Although I need to get some new ones for it, but I'm still counting the new ones as season 3. All right. I believe you have an advertisement to read.
I'm going to read an advertisement now. Are you ready?
I am.
It's for BetOnline. BetOnline.net is your number one source for all your betting needs and sports info. Find all of the latest sports developments, league reviews, and news, including this year's NHL, Stanley Cup Finals, and Major League Baseball. BetOnline is your continued source for all your sporting wagering information, including live betting, esports, and scores. And BetOnline.net remains the best spot for all of your sports scores, podcast, and news this season. BetOnline.net is the fastest and easiest way to check in on all your favorite sports and events, including MMA, boxing, and golf. Head to the website today or use your mobile device to learn more about the trends in action. BetOnline, where the game starts. Where the game starts, Ben, is tomorrow at the Rogers Center, Boston, in Toronto, to face the Jays. Exciting baseball coming up.
Is it
Toronto,
tomorrow
but also
or is it
nerve-wracking.
today? Is it today?
I guess it's today. It's
Yeah.
today. Yeah,
You're
it's today.
confused. I get confused.
Sorry, listeners. It's today. It's happening maybe right now, Sherry. Maybe you went to the game today. And you're writing your email in the seats.
That's crazy. It's a wild move. That's a wild move from Sherry to listen to the pod at the game. I like it. Everyone thinks
she
she's
wants
there
to know.
with a transistor radio listening to Ben Wagner, and she's gonna. But first, she's listening.
To listen to us goons. Well, Sherry, if you are there doing that, make sure you write an email while you're at it because we'd love to hear from you. All right, Ben, we're going to do our Sunday Scaries as always. We're also going to do our hype trains. How about you give me first your hype train?
My hype train is Matt Chapman. I think a pretty popular hype train for me because I want it to happen. But he's also just like been doing the job recently at the plate. It hasn't been Kirk-like, so I don't think people really pay attention to it. But I went and looked at the last 2 weeks for Matt Chapman. 856 OPS, 7 extra base hits, 3 home runs, 8 RBIs in 11 games. That's pretty nice. So
yeah, he's definitely been playing well.
And he's still playing very good D.
Yeah, that's like his thing.
So like I'm in on Matt Chapman to come home and keep it rolling because they do need it, you know, especially with the struggles that they've had with starting pitching. They're going to need as many runs as they can get, which means they need runs coming out of like the 8 spot and 7 spot sometimes. And that's where Matt Chapman usually is. Also, just did a last second, let's check his numbers versus Boston. Not fantastic, but they're okay.
I was just doing a last second check his numbers for my hype train, which is Alek Manoah. My last second check his numbers told me that in 3 starts against the Red Sox in his young career, Alek Manoah has thrown 18 innings, 16 Ks, allowed only 11 hits, no homers, and only 3 runs. He's got a 1.5 ERA, a 0.8 WHIP, which I love, and maybe it's a small sample size, but hey, it grows tomorrow or today, I guess, Sherry. And you're going to watch him dominate soon. Actually, is he pitching today?
Now I got to go check.
I think probably.
Can you tell me one thing? I got while I confirm that.
I could tell you something.
So Alek Manoah has been so dominant in his brief career. He's not pitching the first game. Kevin Gausman is.
Okay, he's pitching tomorrow, Sherry.
That's not a bad one. Who's the team that he hasn't pitched well against? Genuinely interested.
Okay. It is the Nationals.
He had 1 start against them and it didn't go well.
1 start, 7 runs, 6 earned. Also, the A's, 8 earned in 2 starts. The Marlins, he was poor. And the Guardians, he was pretty good. So only 3 teams.
All those 3 teams stink at hitting. That's hilarious.
Yeah, he likes the big moment, dude. He's all about the moment.
He's got to be fired up. He's got to be fired.
So you got Matt Chapman. I've got Alek Manoah. I'm going to give you my scary first. I'm going to take an easy one off the board because I feel like if we didn't say it, it would just kind of be disrespectful. Rafael Devers is
ooh, I thought you were going to say Xander. Sorry to cut you off.
No, Rafael Devers totally could be the MVP this season. I mean, I don't think anybody's talking about him because the Red Sox aren't in first and Aaron Judge is just ripping covers off of baseballs. But Rafael Devers, he's so good. Guy's fantastic.
He's really good.
He had a 4-game stretch this month where he just hit a home run every single game. And in that time had 9 RBIs in 4 games. What, dude? What are you doing? He's so good. He already had a home run in the Cleveland series in game 1 of that. He's currently on a 5-game hit streak right now with 6 hits. He's just an animal. I remember last year when he couldn't hit fastballs all year long. Everybody would throw him curveballs, and then he would mash them. Wait, let's just throw this guy fastballs, and then he just swung through all of them. I guess that doesn't exist anymore. Guy just mashes all the time. So Rafael Devers is my guy.
I appreciate your objectivity saying that Rafael Devers could be the MVP because it certainly is Aaron Judge in the front runner. But for a Yankee fan to say that, I appreciate your maturity there.
I try, man. I try to be respectful.
I thought you were going to go with Xander Bogaerts, but you went for the big guy. I like to go for the niche guys sometimes. So I'm going to pull Christian Vasquez. Typically thought of as I think a defense first catcher more.
He is.
But in the last 7 games, as the entire Red Sox have just gone ballistic, he's actually kind of been at the front of it with Devers and Bogaerts. Last 7 games, he's hitting .409, 5 doubles, and 2 homers. His 20 total bases and 6 RBIs lead the team over that stretch. And there's always going to be, if the Blue Jays don't play well, there's always going to be a rando like Josh Harrison, whose jersey I got to see today at Parkview Field in Fort Wayne, and I almost puked. But Josh Harrison or some rando that is going to turn up and go crazy and just kill the Jays. And if anyone's going to do that, my bet is on Vasquez.
You want to hear a crazy stat?
Yeah.
I guess it's not crazy, but it's pretty interesting. In his whole career, which he's only played for the Red Sox since 2013. That's when he first came up, or 2014. Sorry, when he first came up. If you go to the game outcome for team statistic, it basically shows you what they did in wins, what they did in losses. Could show he plays really well in wins, he plays really poorly in losses. It means when he plays well, they win. Christian Vasquez has a 771 OPS in wins and a 594 OPS in losses. It is a clear cut. If he plays well, they're going to win. If he doesn't, they're going to lose. I think that's kind of crazy. That's kind of nuts.
It's kind of
massive. It's huge for your pick. It totally it gives you some justification there. He also has 38 home runs and wins while only 12 home runs and losses. And it's not like it's a crazy disparity. He's only been in I can't do math, 57 more wins than losses. So that's kind of nuts.
You're on his splits page already?
Yes.
What's he done against the Blue Jays before we wrap this baby up?
Un segundo. He's not played well. 89 games, a 217 average, and a 595 OPS.
I mean, that's good. I don't want him to be scary,
Yeah,
so I'm
I
hoping
guess
not.
that's true.
hoping-
Yeah, he's not great. At the Rogers Center, he's also not good. So you have that going for you too.
Fenway's as much a hitter's park as the Rogers Center, if not more, anyway. So yeah,
That's true. All right. Well, I've got No, sorry. What did I pick? Oh yeah, I picked. Wait, what did I pick? I picked Manoah. That's right. I always forget what I picked for Hype Train. I picked Manoah and
I want to
Devers.
remember our picks after the series more too.
Yes, you've got Chapman and you've got Christian Vasquez. All right. Thank you for making Locked On Blue Jays your first listen every day. Ben and I will be back to recap the first game of the Red Sox series tomorrow. We hope to see you there. Now make your second listen Locked On MLB Prospects. Host Lindsey Crosby is a prospect encyclopedia, and he's going deep on the MLB stars of tomorrow. It's free, and it's available wherever you get your podcast. Don't forget, we want to hear your email, so Sherry, we expect to see it. Peace.